Well guys, one thing I wanted to do this year was to head to Winnipeg, Manitoba and go see Mustang Rob's 93 Mustang Lx hatchback. When I was building the 92, Rob was building his 93 and it's like we had a little race to see who would get their car painted first. So a good Mustang buddy of mine in Winnipeg has a really nice 93 Lx that was supposed to get painted about a week ago. And we had a friendly little rivalry between us where Rob would show me a picture of his LX in the back of a flat deck going to the body shop, and you know, the I'm winning memes would be showing up. We're not really having a race, but we'll call it a friendly little race if you would. So Rob, I hope your car gets painted soon, but if you're watching this video, you know it's been sprayed. So here we go, let's get it ready for paint. Like I said, it really wasn't a race, but it was a friendly race just to see who could get it done. But it's been a while. I really wanted to see this car. This is potentially one of the last brand new 93 5-liter Mustang LXs sold new in Canada. You know, it was definitely a very late, the car was sold very late. I believe it was sold new in Calgary, and I'll check the date of when it was actually sold. It was actually on the lot for quite a while until it finally got sold. I'm not saying it was the last one sold, but it was right up there with being one of the last ones sold. So it's kind of a neat car. Nice, neat electric red color combination, gray interior. And from the pictures I've seen of this car, man, let's check it out. We're going to head to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Check out Rob's LX. Maybe something a little bit blue in the background as well too. Also, it's a couple hours away. I usually don't get up this early, but just before 6 in the morning, and yeah, we're gonna hit the road, me and my buddy Trevor, and let's get at her. So I made it to Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm at the dealer auction. Had to take a picture of this. Check this out. Here's a retro Corvette, if I ever seen one. Corvette summer, anybody? I've never ever seen something like this around here anyways. Check that out. That wing is huge. Yeah, pretty stock inside. Automatic. But yeah, that's crazy, guys. Here's a car that I've really wanted to see for a long time. It's Rob's 93 5-liter LX hatchback. Check it out. Here's Rob.
Hello.
So, when you did the Marty report on this car, Rob, this was one of the... When was it sold? It was sold in 94, wasn't it?
Well, what happened was I started taking the interior apart, and then I saw, you know, all of a sudden I saw some date codes, and all of a sudden I look here, and it's got an August 18th date code.
Of 93.
So 93. And I knew the last built Foxbody was late August 25th or something like that. So I was like, that's really interesting. So I'm like, I wasn't going to get a Marty report, but I'm like, hey, maybe it was made, you know, super late. And I did the Marty report. I think it was the 23rd. It was built. So this is an August 23rd or the 24th. You saw it. I can't remember which day.
But when was it sold?
Oh, it was sold March of 94. 94. Yeah.
Get that. So just think, the 94s were coming out in the fall of 93. And this didn't get sold until 1994. Like, not counting the cars that, say, some dealer bought it and put it away, or some guy bought it and put it in the collection. I'm talking cars that were sold to the public. This is up there with one of the last Foxbodies sold new in Canada.
Yeah, so it would have been, you know, delivered right around the time the 94s were coming out. Like literally within weeks. But, so the 94s came
delivered, but not sold.
Not sold because everyone wanted the new one. So this poor little guy sat on the lot, you know what I mean, for how many, 8 months, you know, after the 94s came out.
when I talked about this in a previous video, there's a fellow from Calgary, I think he mentioned, he says, I might have remembered this car on the lot because it would have been the lone wolf sitting out. And I'll tell you, Rob just finished painting the car. Guys, this is seriously one of the nicest, cleanest, like his attention to detail with all the trim, with everything is just, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I'll open the garage.
Like it really is. You know, a lot of us have looked at a lot of Fox bodies and man, this car is just. So this is a 13?
This is a 13. Little air dust. Sorry.
You said when you picked this car up.
Yeah.
You're driving it home from where it got transported to, and you said
where you just came from, Odessa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said, man, like I have this thing for like 15 minutes, all the thumbs up and waves I'm getting.
Yeah, more than this, for sure.
And it's just such a clean car. Like this is the.
I mean, the plan was to sell it. The plan was just, I was stuck on a mechanical problem with this car here, which I figured out with the 13.
Yep.
And I needed to take my mind off it, you know, when I was a Foxbody guy back in the day. So I was like, I was craving for other Foxbodies. The values were going up. So I was looking for probably about a week, and I found this car in Calgary. 3-owner car. Never wrecked, 0 rust, 145,000 kilometers. Yeah, some nice tasteful mods, you know, heads cam intake done at Western Motorsports and tuned at Tech Motion.
Yeah. I've dealt with both those guys for years, and they're
Tech Motion guy still runs good. Still runs nice.
Well, Matthew is very particular about the way the car leaves, and Shannon and the guys at Western are, you know what? They've never tried to sell me anything that I didn't need. Like those
are the kind of car guys you want.
Yeah, they really are car guys, and they're top
notch. They're not there to make a bunch of money off you. They're to help you out because they're fans of the hobby themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna check the car again. I'm gonna open it up and.
I did the taillights, took them all apart. You know.
Yeah, you did all the trim around the black trim. You did that.
Repolished them. You know.
And that's the thing, when you take
some glass polish,
just a regular tail light compared to this, these look like they're new. Like, I seriously think it's like I'm standing looking at a brand new car.
Yeah,
you know,
that's kind of what I was going for. I started taking the car apart. Like I said, it was supposed to be a project.
And even stuff like this, the top edge of the seats.
Yeah.
They usually get it from the sun and everything else.
It was a garage car. You know, it had stone chips. It had a ton of stone chips. It was a gravel car, but it was a garage car.
And look at how supple these seats look, guys. Like, seriously, they look. You want to pop the hood?
Yeah.
Gotta check out under the hood.
Yeah, I did some one cigarette burn patch right here.
But
can't really notice it.
But the carpet and the way the seats look, the material in the seats, it just.
Yeah.
It's like I'm looking at a car that is just. I'm speechless, Rob.
Well, like I said, it was gonna be a project when I originally bought it, and to flip it and make some money on it, just have some fun, you know. But as soon as I start taking it apart, I'm like, I'm keeping this car.
Well, look at this. Gotta love that. The Cobra intake. And you said it's cammed up?
Yeah, it's got a trick flow stage 1. Edelbrock Performer RPM heads.
Oh, man.
Just a small build, 77 mil throttle body, or mass air, 65 mil throttle body. Typical, indicative of the day. That's why I did the motorsport banner on it, because it's just such a indicative of our era of these cars. Like, this would have been my dream Foxbody in 1995.
It would have been a lot of guys' dream Fox, and still today, obviously.
So when we painted it, you know, we took the bumper cover off, the support. It drives me nuts personally when guys paint the rats or the headlight support.
Mine had overspray on it, and it bothered me so much because you see it, and I took it off, and that's
a lot of work. But this, to paint it, it's not a lot of work. And new rivets, you know. See,
the VIN tags are all there, and yeah, that's gorgeous. Like, it's such a period correct car for what we'd normally like. Yeah, what we'd want to see.
I got springs for it. I didn't even put it on. I want the OG ride height. You know what I mean? I like it.
That's the thing. I think driving a car like this, it probably drives so much like we remember how they drove. Because, you know, let's face it, once a car gets worked over, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
This, I know my 92, it drove pretty good for what it was. Like, I was really happy with it. But this would be just that much crisper. Yeah. It's just such a nice example.
It doesn't rattle. It makes no noises, you know. I mean, a little bit of T5 whine, but that's you know, par for the course with those transmissions.
And in the spring, dyno time for the 13?
Yeah, I tried to get it on at the end of this year, but we're limited for dynos here, and you know, guys are into cars, so I'm gonna get a dyno tune first thing in the springtime. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check this one out. 13 Recaros in it. Whipple.
Gen 3 illuminator short block. 4 innovation fuel system.
Nice.
Yeah, just a fun little car. Built transmission.
I just love the wheels on it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it hooks it for what it is. It actually hooks up pretty good, you know, for what it is. With the way the suspension's set up and stuff like that, it hooks up pretty good.
You know, there's just so much technology in something like that. That
I think Brett LaSalla just went like 620 at 222 miles an hour the other day.
I thought I saw something.
In a stock block.
Yeah,
not stock block, factory heads.
Yeah.
Twin turbo. These things are pretty impressive. Yeah.
You know,
when you stuff this into this, that's when you have a real.
Well, when you like it's amazing. You know, thankfully they still made these things so they can still go into an older vehicle and still fit through the strut towers.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's great about these cars.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they're like the ultimate drag car to build. You know.
You know, and I just think, you know, some of us, how long we've had our cars for, and we're still doing stuff to them, and just like I said, the way this car looks, everything is so clean on it.
Yeah.
It's just a treat. It's ultimate car for going to Cars and Coffee and cruising. And,
exactly. Yeah. This one, you know, I don't want to drive it all the time. You know, this is my cruiser. This is my race car cruiser once in a while.
Yeah. Totally get it.
Yeah. This thing I enjoy driving this way better. The Foxbody. It's
something about it.
It's so nostalgic. I love my knees being up here as I'm driving. It just feels like you're in a a little go-kart, you know? Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like if some of the guys I've talked to, when they're away from those cars for a while, they say, I can't believe I haven't been around a Foxbody for a while. I can't believe how small they are. Like, when you compare it to a newer Mustang,
and this is still considered a pretty small car.
Yes.
This isn't a big car at all.
But a Fox is...
Yeah, when you go and look at them both from behind, you know what I mean? It's a drastic difference.
Well, I appreciate Rob taking the time to... off work for a little break.
Don't worry, UPS. I'm taking a union break.
But it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I wanted to see this car in person, and I happened to be in the city, and here we are.
You've been doing these cars for a while, so I really wanted your opinion. So I appreciate the kudos.
Anybody, when we look at especially Fox prices on cars that have been really had a lot of attention and detail done to them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see guys commenting on some of the cars. If you've done a complete from start to finish,
the amount of work that goes into it,
then you get it, because some of the cars out there are still actually quite a deal for the amount of work that goes into them. And just try and, if you're going to get your car painted, go look for your painter first.
Yeah.
And make sure you have that locked in, because
that's the hardest thing.
That is
nowadays to find somebody who's willing to paint a full car and who's going to take the time to do a good job.
Yeah, this isn't just masking off around the door jambs.
It's a very good customer of mine. Very, very good customer of mine at UPS. Yeah, I've known this guy for a long time. So he's he said he was nervous to paint my car. He walked in that day.
That's a good sign.
He's like, I was so nervous to paint your car.
He's going to try his best, and he obviously did just an amazing job.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park for sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I am so glad that this worked out.
Awesome.
This last time I was in the city, it just didn't quite work out. But then again, it wasn't painted yet.
It wasn't painted yet. No.
Or you wanted help putting the door handles on, so it would have been painted. It would have been painted.
Yeah, it would have been painted, but it wasn't put together. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. Cool.
Well, we're going to head back to Saskatchewan, guys. Appreciate Rob taking the time out to show me the car. And I still have to kind of chuckle, because I was selling a 91
convertible,
5-liter convertible.
Yeah.
And Rob messaged me about it. So you were obviously looking at this.
When my hunt started,
And I don't know, the Foxbody talk just started coming, and talking about muscle Mustangs and fast Fords in the good old days. And
who's got a bigger collection, you or me? I don't know. It's I have a lot more of the modern ones, so mine might be bigger.
I don't have as many as I used to have, but I should pull them out, because one of the guys commenting on the channel, his car was featured in an article in 5.0 magazine. Or
nice.
I'll have to find it just to see what it is, but it's awesome. You meet people in the Foxbody community, and Yeah, it's been really cool
Yeah.
chatting and everything else, and thanks again for showing me the car, man.
Okay, buddy. It's good to have someone on my side when I need Foxbody advice. You seem to be the go-to guy.
But you know, Rob's taught me a lot of stuff too about these cars, so we're always bouncing stuff off each other, and that's the cool part about it. So,
always learning. You know,
I'm still learning.
You're still learning, yeah. Cool.
Well, guys, we're heading back to Saskatchewan.
I'm going back to work.
And we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.